little frustrated right now. Oaks keep dying. Look at that. It's a beautiful 18-inch white oak back there. Died. There's a whole bunch of them in here that they just keep dying. So many things attacking oak trees these days. Plus, this is the first day I've been out hunting. It's the first Saturday here in Pennsylvania. I was sick all week, so I didn't hunt. Today's doe season. I'm pretty much a meat hunter, so I'm out today. I like to just creep around later in the season. There's a lot of guys in the woods today on other properties that are pushing deer around. As soon as I got out of my truck, I went to check my wheat field. And I wasn't really in hunt mode yet. I'm looking at the wheat, and I look up, there's a deer standing there. And by the time I got my shit together, turned up my scope, it was like 150 minimum. It's pretty far for, I couldn't shoot offhand. So by the time I sat down, turned up my scope, and got her in my scope, she was already leaving. And then the wind is real swirly. So I'm in this bedding area. I'm creeping along this logging road here because the snow is crunchy. I can walk real quiet here. And the wind spun around and kicked up some deer. So the deer that went out of that food plot, the edge of it, I know where they went. They probably went to a spruce plantation and bedded down in there to hide. And then these will go out that way. And if I don't go over there, they'll probably rebed. And they may go out to the wheat field. The wheat is devastated. They're feeding in there. But there's still enough. And there's no acorns here. So I'm going to go sit that field at the end of the day. As long as I don't disturb any of those does, they might come out to feed before it gets dark. I might be able to grab one there, but I like to get deer just creeping around. Sneak up on them. Never was much of a sitter, so. Alright, well, I'm going to get back to it here. There's another white oak. There's nothing but firewood now. Might as well come in and get it later. It's right next to the road. That's a shame. The crows are going nuts around here. They're saying, "Get me a gut pile." They're probably up there just cruising around following hunters, looking for guts. And it's a nice day to be in the woods anyway. I could hear a deer walking down there. These crows just came over. It's almost like they're telling me that the deer is over there. Hopefully it's about to go down, we'll see. Definitely heard one walking, but man, you can only see about 30 yards in this stuff. I hear something over there, but I think it might just be a squirrel hopping around. this wind just went around, but it just is blowing on my neck right now. Shit. So if there is something up there, it's over. Yeah, I just heard a deer run off. That's what I figured. Doggone it. The wind just keeps swirling around and around. I don't know. Makes it pretty tough. I can still hear it. There's a steep hill over there, and I think it went down over. I'm gonna sneak over here. It might not be running from me. It might just be running. Biggest buck I ever shot on this property was right here. I was creeping up from down that way. I was way out there, like, boy, I see more dead trees out there, but I was clear, like as far as you can see, it was really far. And I saw a doe in this food plot. It's back when I had good forage in here. So I was scoping the doe, and then a buck came and started running the deer around, chasing it. I made an offhand shot. Fell right down there. And my hands were really cold, and my fingers shrunk, and my wedding ring fell off in the gut pile. And I never could find that stupid ring. I came back here with a metal detector. But I think my wedding ring is right over in there somewhere. But it's tough to explain to your wife how you lost your wedding ring in a gut pile. But that's what happened. Here's where that deer went through. Some broken snow here. The interesting thing is, one of my tree stands. Here's that steep hill I was talking about. It's hard to tell on camera, but that sucker is really steep. Great escape cover. And what a deer can do is bed down on the edge of here. If the wind is at their back and this steep hill is in front of them, nothing ever comes up that way. And if they smell danger, they can bail out, go over the edge here, and put a lot of ground between the danger and them. And that's why I like these ledges. You can see where it rounds off. It's flat there, and then it goes down to like a 40-degree slope down here. So it's good to creep along these edges, but it's too crunchy today, so I'm going to go back to that logging road. A lot of deer tracks in here. You used to be able to walk right up through there. Look how that barberry just spread all through there. You can't even walk in there now. That stuff is really invasive. And it sucks because it's full of thorns. It just really sucks. But it looks like the deer are enjoying the cover a little bit. They might be eating some barberry too. There used to be a bear that lived right down in there. And he would roll around in there. And then he would go, and up that way there was a cornfield about a quarter mile out that way. He would just fill himself with corn. There'd be corn poops all over the place in here. That was pretty cool. He was a big bear, but I don't know what happened to him. He got shot or left. Doesn't live around here anymore. I'm going to try to struggle through here. Get to a tree stand I want to sit in. It's just creeping through here. following deer trails, and I heard some feet going. It's too crunchy to sneak up on any. They're all bedded down. But I think I just helped somebody out because I just heard 2 shots over that way. It was real close, a couple 100 yards. So that's over on another property. But you're welcome. That's what it takes, is to get somebody going and pushing deer a little bit, bumping them out of their beds. And if you had a partner, you could loop around. If you kind of know how they travel, you can loop around these bedding areas, sneak through them, and do a cooperative still hunt where you're hunting for yourself, but you're also counting on the other guy kicking stuff up to you. But I don't have a hunting partner anymore, so I'm just a lone wolf in it here. Coyote tracks. Not good. Okay, now I really feel stupid. I came up through here, and I did the right thing. As soon as I started to break out of cover, I scanned the woods up here with my scope before I stepped out. But I started my scan past where a whole big group of deer was. There was a whole family doe group right there. But I started my scan here and scanned up that way. So they all got up and took off. There's some more deer running. I gotta stand up here. I think I'm just gonna get into it. I wonder what scared that deer out. Ay, ay, ay. I better sit down. Sometimes you think your food plots don't grow. Inside this fence loop, there's winter peas and wheat, some clover. For September 1st, it's not too bad actually. And then outside the fence, deer ate pretty much everything. There's no peas here at all. So you might, if you didn't have the fence, you might think, well, that didn't work. The peas won't grow here or whatever. There's one. But they do. And just happen to have enough area planted that they can't keep up with it. I'm going to head over to the other tree stand. There's some pretty good wheat in that field and a lot of sign where they've been coming in to eat, so I'm going to go over there. Some buck rubs. There's fresh rubs in here. That wind died down, so that's good. I'm going to spend the last hour and a half in that stand. See what I can come up with. Okay, so this is my food plot stand. I'm about 20 feet up. I've got wheat and brassicas and peas planted here. And it's not exactly amber waves of green here. The deer ate all the brassicas and the peas. They're gone. So there's a little wheat stubble in here. It's just little wisps of wheat plants, but it's green and they're eating it. There's lots of tracks in here, so I'm just gonna chill and see if anything moseys out into it to feed, and then I'm gonna drop it. Well, there's a young doe and a fawn out in the switchgrass. And I was scoping them, and I just don't. I don't think I want to kill her. She's really small, and I don't know. Just not feeling it. The problem with this property is that there's an endless parade of ATVs. It's 3:45, so there's 45 minutes of shooting light. So you would think everybody would be hunkered down. But not these yahoos. They gotta ride out to camp. To do what? I don't know. You know, if you're here to hunt, hunt. But there's nothing I can do about it. But if you think that those things don't scare deer, you're kidding yourself. And if you think that you're going to kill big bucks and ride four-wheelers all over your property, you're kidding yourself. I don't even try to get a big buck here because they don't live here. There's absolutely no chance. It's just not quiet enough. I can see that all week. It looks like a highway going up and down that road. There are hundreds of trips. Trucks, ATVs. No tracks but mine. Nobody wants to walk. So. Anyway. Hopefully it'll quiet down and deer will come out. Getting down to the last few minutes of daylight. And saw a bobcat go by. I could fill my doe tag. How do you do this? There's a doe and a fawn right out here. But they're so peacefully munching on something. They're really chowing down. I can't imagine. I'd really like to know what's growing in that switchgrass that they're finding to eat. But they're about 100 yards. And real small doe, I just don't want to do it. I don't know. Here comes another four-wheeler. Right in prime time. As usual. Oh, I gotta go drink. Alright, well, I can still see. Sometimes they scare them out as they go by, so maybe I probably have about 15 minutes of light left. So
be sure and hit the like and subscribe button and click on the bell so you'll be notified when there's a new video. And comment down below and let me know if there's anything you'd like to know more about.